This was my first dream. At least the first dream I remember. Of all the little stories that echo in our past, little candles clinging to life against the damp and the cold and the draught. Dreams are the most elusive, hiding in the valleys and the folds of our minds, reclusive, hunkered in the shadows of our past and present tenses, in the trenches. This was my first dream. Looking back on the details now, the child I was, the place, the dog, my mother, the disquieted all expressed somehow. I've thought about that dream many times. I've tried to interpret and read between the lines. I've even tried to put those feelings into drawings sometimes. But like the black dog, strangely sensitive to illness, wary of her huge and all-consuming sadness, I seem to see the landscape through some elemental sense, with no pretense. I didn't always fall. Sometimes I felt the texture of the air beneath my boots. Sometimes I could escape the leaves, the mud, the roots. Sometimes the force that binds us to the earth became diffuse. Gravity would fall away completely. It was easy, lifting gently off the ground, no pressure. The air had texture, like a diver pushing off the bottom of the ocean, like a vague and hazy memory in slow motion. I could push against the dark, substantial sky. I could fly. Eric Kennington was a bird sitting on a branch in a tailored suit and hairstyle from France, effortlessly sketching likenesses, his pencil gauging space and tone and distances, as if every bone and fiber and feather was created to enact this simple gesture. Eric set my imagination flying with every insight overheard, like a bird. Eric Kennington was a rook, stealing pretty baubles in the notes that he took, stealing beauty from the girls with each sketch he undertook. How their eyes caressed him, how their bodies breasted him. Is that a word? It was for Eric. Eric Kennington stole their hearts and kept them all in his notebook, like a rook. Eric Kennington was a kestrel, hovering above the world, the merest gesture, the flick of a wingtip riding the weather, adjusting to the currents and the pressure. Eric Kennington showed me what it is to be an artist, having confidence in your line and how it moves before you've started, making each mark your own, expression as catharsis, hovering in the moment undeterred, hovering between kinetic and potential, hovering between the paper and the pencil, like a kestrel. Eric Kennington was a bird. My father was 3 miles away, perpetually on the horizon. I watched as others approached him, my brother Jack, my sister Barbara, their words and the weather. It didn't matter where I played, My father was always 3 miles away. My father was a barrister, filling the house with bundles of paper, cases and presidents, his words and the weather. Things that I didn't understand, stranded in no man's land, until eventually he'd pass them on to me across the 3-mile sea, to become a drawing of a tree. Fathers and sons, a king and a pawn on a 3-mile board. It was my grandfather who filled me with questions, flooding my mind with notes and suggestions. A man of infinite calm and discretion, towering over me, sitting by the sea. He liked my drawing of a tree. He and his son seemed rather at odds, though they both distrusted dogs. They didn't dislike them, but this is the strange thing. They would pet them and then immediately wash their hands. Something in the dog got under their skin. Fathers and sons, a king and a pawn on a 3-mile board, maneuvering around each other, the king checking his position as the pawn moves towards promotion, and hoping not to be seen, and neither of them comment on the absence of the queen. My mother was out of focus, flashes of temper, tears and threats. A son needs to depend on his mother. Instead, she was something quite other. The constantly shifting, unpredictable storm at the center of my life. She picked up a butcher's knife, did something strange and wrong, a pantomime. The dog didn't return to my dreams for a very long time. My dearest, at last we are underway. A blanket of mist has softened the outlines, the cranes and the pens and the dock sheds on the shoreline. Ink flows across countless letters written in the undertow. Time slows as the men glance nervously at each other and out across the water and right home. Dear Sally, I have written to you 2 or 3 or 7 times before, and I hope that they arrive before the turning of the year. We are busy with a never-ending routine full of work,
There are tins of Maconochie to torment us on this ark, and the ragged shapes of shipping all around us in the dark. I know I'm saying what I've said within these letters many times, but that's the shaping of our days and of our nights behind the lines. So I'm sorry for the routine of these rhythms and these rhymes. I remain your Valentine. Dear Mom, there used to be bears walking around here where I'm standing with my gun. As I look across the wasteland and the setting of the sun, guarding all the fellows from advances by the Hun. Old Jonesy told me that before the soldiers had come. There used to be bears. I can see them looking through the sights of my rifle, drawing a bead on the eye of this idol. I imagine him sniffing the air, sensing arrival. My finger is frozen a 4 of the trigger. The god of the bears turns his head towards this sinner. I couldn't have done it. I dropped the barrel and bow my head and let him lumber off into the winter. I am well, I miss you. A kiss from me to everyone. I remain your one and only son. My dear Margaret, Billy wasn't a soldier, he was just a young lad who didn't take to school and fell out with his dad and looked to the army for adventures with his comrades. He wasn't a soldier, just a lad with a gun, walking to the north on the fields near Verdun. I helped him ride home to his gran and his mum. He wasn't a soldier, just a victim of circumstance. He just didn't stand a slight of a ghost of a chance. I think I will stop there. I don't want to upset you or give you any more reason to worry or think I'll forget you. I just wanted to tell you that he wasn't a soldier. My dearest, at last we have smelt the fight. The rust and the blood and the grease and the cordite, the gangrenous mud that glistens in the searchlights, the grey snow of ashen embers falling through the afterglow. Time slows as the men scream silently at each other, and I close my eyes and think of my brother.
warm and hazy summer morning. Easy air of idle chatter, rooks and starlings calling, and you could forget a welcome waft of ciggy smoke and frying bacon. Breakfast served along the line as PBOs awaken, and you could forget, and you could forget, and get careless watching the swallows overhead. You'd end up on the latrine in the sniper's sights, with a bullet in your head. We'd hear him playing in the quiet of the evening. We'd take a deco through the prairie, see his cornet gleaming, and we would forget. Old Joe the cornet entertains us all without a worry. Nice one, Pally, none too tardy for a Jerry. And we would forget, and we would forget about the differences between us, and the lads would listen closely in a reverential hush, and he'd ask us what we wanted. We'd say, the old bull and bush. I've become careless, forgetful. You know that disconnected feeling. You walk into a room, feel there's something missing. You can't find your keys or your bearings or the right words or the reason why you're staring at a mirror. At the lines on your face, I leave little pieces of myself scattered about the place, little remnants in space, little memories of a time before. And what was it I was looking for? I'm a room without a door, a war artist without a war. I've become absent, translucent. You know that dislocated feeling. It doesn't seem to matter what bright and cheery colors I lay down. They mix to form a dark choleric brown, draining life from everything I paint, replacing sky and sea with a disaffected taint. I came here for a reason, a washed-out seaside town, at the fag end of the season, forgetful, missing keys, words scattered, remnants looking for more. Something in the last strains of the sun, something on the tip of my tongue. I'm a featureless pebble amidst thousands washed up on the seashore, a war artist, a war artist without a war. This was my last dream, at least the last dream I remember. After this, they worked themselves out on canvas, fragments of doorways and marks in a landscape. The memory of finding my father on the floor and assuming he was dead, and the distance in my head between us falls away as my dream takes me down a final desolate passageway.
Strip away the nerves and the synapses and senses. Cut away the skin and these paper-thin defenses. Underneath the sun is the Father, undefined by him and in opposition to him.
I've tried to make judicious changes, cut down the anger, add a little patience. I've tried to wash some color through his pages, swimming against his genes,
his influence in my bloodstream. Peel away the layers, push away the duty and the khakis and pretenses. Dig beneath the sandbags and the barbed wire fences. Underneath the soldier with the stripes is the man,
fragile and naked, profane and sacred, looking at the life around him wasted, with love and hatred, battening down just like the rest, with fears and doubts suppressed. Excavate the layers, an autopsy of all those strange occurrences and memories, digging in the labyrinthine dark and lonely places. Beneath the sanity and civility is my mother, trapped in a mind haunted by familiars, a mind that shouldn't be running with scissors, in a house that is a hall of mirrors. How could such a spirit be so consumed with illness? The butterfly that turned into a chrysalis.
Strip away the layers of mortality, peel away the symbols and the artifice and fancy. Underneath the forest of my dreams is reality. Am I sloughing off the black dog, or is he expelling me?